Hi. I'm so busy looking at my notes, I forgot to say hello. Doing a little, doing a little reminiscing, doing a little wandering around, getting ready to move, um, and I'm emptying my home, and it's a little crazy. Hey there. Hopefully, some of you guys will bop on. I'm holding. Actually, the title of this live is The Evolution of a Marketer. You're welcome to share it. Excuse the mess in the background. My closet is empty. My studio downstairs is almost empty. Um, I'm packing up. And one of the things that I'm doing right now is I'm letting a lot of stuff go. Like, have you guys ever moved and brought boxes and bags of stuff and you stuck it in a closet in your new place and you never ever opened it, and then you realize, 10 years later that you never used the stuff, and most of the stuff that we have, we don't touch at all. Like, as I emptied my closet, I was brutal in evaluating, what do I actually wear? What do I actually use? How many pieces of clothing do I have that I'm going to wear one day? How many things did I buy on a good sale that still had tags hanging on them? In fact, I just had a woman pick up uh, 5 bags of clothing and 3 bags of shoes. There's something you guys may not know about. There's something called buy nothing, whatever the name of your town is, and everybody just gives stuff away. They just give stuff that they don't need anymore, and other people pick stuff up. And you can go in and ask if you're looking for something. You might say, I need a folding table, or I need a vase, or whatever. And people will offer up what they have if they don't need it. And it's really cool. Check it out, Facebook, buy nothing, the name of your town. So I went in, buy nothing, woke it, and listed this. And I said, first person who can pick it up, if you can pick it up tonight, even better. And I had dozens of people that wanted it. But this girl promised me that she would go through, take what she could use, and then post the rest. Hi, Holly. Hi, everybody. Randine. So I just literally let go of, what did I say? 4 or 5 bags of clothes. And I've been eliminating stuff as we go along. 5 bags of clothes and 3 bags of shoes, or whatever it was, right? And I gave away an incredible library of books. But I want to show you something. And I have a big class on after this. I teach I don't even want to call it a mastermind anymore. I teach something called the Cutting Edge Club every month, and it's about cutting edge, what's new, what's hot out there. That's going on at 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock Eastern, and it's 7:20. So I have a little bit of time, but not a ton of time, because I got to get my head clear for that. I don't know if you guys can see this. That's the name of the company I started with. And this is my journal. The first notes are from April 30th, 2000. I started my business on October 4th, 1999. So this was probably the third training I had ever went to. Yeah, Randine, I still have the boxes of books for you guys. I have to admit, I have boxes sitting here that I labeled for you guys that I have not sent out. I'm a delinquent, so I'll get them out to you. I have several here. I have some for Kathleen and you, so we'll get them out to you. That is on the list of things to do this week. So here we are with my notes. Okay. And what I want to talk about is the evolution of a marketer. And again, feel free to share this. We start out, and we really kind of don't know much, or at least I didn't. I came from an employee background, generations of employees. I had never had a business. And my thought process was very, what do I do? What do I do? So my notes, and I'm just going to scan through, and I didn't look at this yet. This is literally a whole book of notes. There's probably something valuable here. And that's the big thing. I have, and I just pulled a pile of them to go through. The one thing that I will not leave without doing is this is only one pile. I have piles and piles and piles of notebooks full of my notes. I can't tell you what year these are, but the one thing I didn't leave behind was my notes. And what I want to do, hopefully I'll have enough time. Look, the December intensive 2012. Was anybody in that? So my ideas and my thoughts are really powerful, but what's most powerful is watching my evolution and going from somebody that was waiting for somebody to tell me what to do, which is an employee mindset, to becoming someone that could see where profit centers were and where the money was sitting. And if you happen to see my live last night, and if you didn't, if you're in the BeClub group, go in there. It's in there. Tag your friends. Go watch it. It was powerful. I got huge reaction on it. If you are not in the BeClub group, ask me if you found this from me, or ask whoever shared this with you. You can go ahead and hit the share button and share it, especially if you're in the BeClub. It's a great idea to share this because people will ask you to come to the BeClub. The BeClub is my creation. It's a place where you learn how to be the marketer, how to be the entrepreneur. So I'm going to read you a couple things. And most of the people I think that are here kind of know me. Okay. Get this. Check this out. This is my list of what I wanted, because you had to make a dream board. You had to make a list of what you want. 5 years. So this was 2000. No credit card debt. A minivan with all the perks, auto locks, windows, remote starter, CD, etc. To remodel our home, first the kitchen, all new wood cabinets, blow out the kitchen dining room wall, turn the deck into a sunroom, redo the baths, expand upstairs bath, install soaking tub, paint the house yellow, I think, insulate garage and laundry room, change our heating system and get central air. At the time we had units, not central air. Pay off or sell our condo. We still owned a condo even though we had bought a house. To arrive at my ideal weight and healthy status, I wanted a weekly massage and I wanted a house cleaner. My goal for May is to get 5 new customers before the end of the month. I will get 2 new distributors between now and the end of the month. We will do 7,500 volume. Now I want you to notice that everything that I was writing was without any plan. It was out real thought process. I was just told to write down the things I wanted and write down how many new distributors and how many new customers I was going to get and how much volume I was going to do. And it's really interesting. And I wrote down all the things we were going to do and all this training and stuff. And it's fascinating to me to watch this, to read this, because my thought process is so incredibly different today. Basically, here, what I was doing was I was being told by an upline or a trainer to dream and what I was supposed to do because they told me to do it. Not to think. What's the difference between dreaming and thinking? It's profound. Dreaming and thinking. Dreaming is fantasy. It's unconscious. Thinking is conscious and planning. Okay. Execution. It's a different thought process. And what to do versus why to do it is very different. Last night I talked about, and if you missed it again, catch the replay. It's on my wall, on my Facebook, it's on my YouTube, it's in the BeClub. You can ask your friend if you're watching this through a friend that shared it. Because I know some of you guys are catching on that if you share this, good things happen, right? I talked about revenue cycles, and I talked about the conscious understanding and planning of your business. Last week, I talked about how to utilize the industry instead of having it utilize you. I am looking at the evolution of a marketer. I'm looking. Oh, by the way, these are notes. Some of these are notes from Jim Rohn when when I got to hang out with Jim Rohn. If you guys don't know who Jim Rohn is, go look him up on YouTube. Renew yourself, challenge yourself, feed your mind. Oh, opportunity dances with those who are already on the floor. Stand up. All these notes. All these notes. And I wish I had time tonight to go through them with you. But I want you to understand it took me from 1999. Thank you. Do you say it's Shabana? I hope I said that right. And if I didn't, tell me how to pronounce it properly. Thank you. It took me from 1999 to probably 2010 to shift my thinking from that of a seeker of what to do than a thinker of why to do it. It took me 12 years to go from a person that was desperately seeking to make money. Actually, that's not true, because by 2005, I had met a mentor and I had shifted. And by 2007, I was able to go walk into car dealerships and buy cars cash. I was able to wield certain things. I was getting on small stages. Later on, after the turn of the decade, I was on big stages. It took me years to evolve as a marketer, because I was sitting in an environment that was invested in keeping me as a person who was looking for what to do, instead of a person that was looking to learn how to think, how to approach, how business works, how revenue works, how to have multiple streams of revenue, how to treat people, how to speak in to people. They wanted me to stand on the corner and ask people if I could show you a way to make an extra $500 without changing what you're already doing. Would you be interested in taking a look? They wanted me to blind solicit. They wanted me to leave my children every night or have strangers into my home while my kids were in their feety pajamas when I should have been tucking them in order to make them money. And when I evolved and I took control, that's when the magic started to happen. I have a friend with me who's been helping me pack and helping me move. And the other night after we finished doing the work, I was goofing around. I was on YouTube and I was pulling up some really old videos. Because if you want to watch the evolution of a marketer, there's a lot of things there. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Dina. And I showed him a video of the talk I did on stage of the network marketing company. I'm a 5-star leader there. I showed him, and he was there, but we hadn't looked at it in a couple of years. I showed him the talk I did on the stage. Ginny, you were there at that company. And it's funny. The reason the talk was so profound was because I was going through all the reasons why the company was at the moment that it was about to explode. And everybody that was sitting in the, not everybody, because there's some pretty savvy business people that made a lot of money over there, but most of the people in the room, their eyes got big because they were busy looking for what to do so they can make a buck this week, because they get paid every Monday. Today's Monday. I got a really nice check today. So they were looking for what to do so they can make a buck. And I was showing them that a person after 20 years in the industry could see something in this place. And I was showing them how I was thinking. And how did I learn to think? Through a teacher, through a series of teacher, through studying, through deciding that I was going to learn real world business tactics. And I was not going to compromise who I am, because when I started, everybody wanted me to compromise my family, my children, my time, my energy. If there was a training, but I had a family event, they wanted me to go to the training over my family event. Well, guess what? My kids are grown up and gone. My parents are elderly. My husband is gone because we broke up, right? That's another story for another day. And what was the most important thing in the world? My family. And yet somebody was telling me to put their interests over mine. Somebody was telling me that I had to behave differently, to be different. And I'm not talking about not learning how to influence people. Influencing people and learning how to take care of them and learning how to attract them. That's a whole very important thing. That's learning about managing your personality and using it to the best interest and learning your special gifts and talents, but not changing the core of who you are. That's why I call the club the Be Club, because you learn being. The evolution of a marketer is when they decide to step behind the cash register and become a merchant. When they decide that, like every store out there, that making a transaction every day is normal, when they stop feeling guilty about making transaction, when they stop feeling awkward about offering products and services, right? You walk into stores every single day. You look around, sometimes you buy, sometimes you don't. Nobody's freaking out, nobody's crying, and the salesperson doesn't feel bad about showing you the new cute top that came in that they thought you might like. They don't lament it, they're not freaking out over it. This is the evolution of a marketer. A marketer is not thinking about how much does it cost. A marketer is thinking, how much can I make? I find it fascinating. I watch people all the time. They're like, how much does it cost to get started? We have revenue streams at the B Club. It's free. It's open to the public, but we have revenue streams. We have a separate group growing, opening up in February for those that are participating in the revenue streams. People go, how much does it cost? Well, I can put you in program for nothing. Almost, I mean, you could literally be working with us for $15. Now, that's not how I would do it. That's not what I would recommend, but you could be working with us for $15. And I'm sure most of you have a free or very reasonable option for folks. Because you see, I'm not worried about whether I make a buck off of you. I'm not worried about whether I get you. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about our group, our people, our core of amazing people. I want to shout out to Alice Iverson. She just ranked up yesterday. Amazing, right? The thought process and the evolution of a marketer. When this person is, you know what, Dina? I don't have to have buy-in. Dina said you got to have buy-in. And she means like buy-in, like making a decision. I don't have to have it if somebody wants to sit and hang out. That's why the B Club is free. That's why the environment is free. That's why these things are free. I don't have to have somebody's buy-in. I have to have somebody's interest. And then when I have somebody's interest, I want to keep their attention long enough for them to hear enough that they come to their own conclusion that they bought in. I know you agree, Dina. You're like a queen. I know you absolutely like the way you operate, the way you treat people, the way you function. You're amazing. So when we get to this place of thought process and we get to this place of decision, you got to check yourself and you got to check yourself. Am I thinking like an employee or am I thinking like a business person? Right? So like people go, well, why do I have to buy some product? Well, because when you use the product, you believe in it more and you tend to make more money. Show me a person who buys the product and doesn't use it, and I'll show you a person who's setting themselves up, right? Show me a person that buys the product and doesn't use it. I'll show you a person that's setting themselves up. And I don't care whether it's nutritional, software, whatever it is that you're selling, right? Everybody's trying to make a buck, but they don't want to use what they sell. They don't want to patronize their own store or the store of their colleague. They don't want to, they're just trying to get something. My old teacher always said, you got to give more give value to get more get value. You got to give more to get more, right? But not at your expense. And a whole nother training, whole nother day. Because a lot of people, they become martyrs and they burp and they nurse the dead. They stop moving because they feel like they have, they recruited 5 people and they feel like they got to sit and wait until the 5 people wake up. If you have a person that you want to learn from and they're sitting and waiting for you, you're trying to learn from the wrong person. Let me say that again. If you have a person that you want to learn from, but they're sitting and waiting for you to get started, you're trying to learn from the wrong person. Because if I owned a store and my employees didn't show up, what would I do? I'd get new employees, right? Right? That doesn't mean I'd be mean or evil or horrible, and everybody's welcome and everybody's loved and it's each person's time and there's no pressure. But when we sit and we think in these terms, and that's what this book, I don't know, 100 pages, is full of. It's full of me thinking like an employee. It's full of me trying to figure out what to do. It's full of me kind of being a drone. Now, it's funny because if you fast forwarded to 2006 and you looked at my journals and you saw what I was learning from the teacher I was learning with then, and watch, when did my income skyrocket? 2006, 2007. When did it go berserk, right? The notes that I have are very different because the notes are not about what to do. The notes are about how to think. The activities that I was told to do were not about how to go out and get someone. The activities that I was told to do 2006, 2007, 2008 were about how to draw people to me, how to attract a crowd, how to have people knocking on your door. The evolution is your responsibility because there's instruction everywhere. The question is, what instruction are you choosing? Because I will not dumb it down. I will not dumb it down to make people feel more comfortable. I will not make it stupid simple because that's what everybody talks about. How do we make it stupid simple? Why don't we not make it stupid simple? Why don't we tell the truth about what it is? You got to learn a few things. Is the work hard? No. The evolution is hard. Do I ever look like I'm working very hard? Those of you that know me, what am I doing? Driving cross country, going on a cruise. I secretly go on trips I don't even tell you guys about because it almost seems obnoxious that I'm on these trips. Legit. I secretly go on trips that I don't tell you about because it almost seems obnoxious to always be on a trip. Is the work hard? Not really. Is the evolution the part that takes your grit, that takes your heart, that takes your soul? Yes. So I spend my days looking for those that want that instruction. I spend my days looking for those that want to walk with me and us in the B Club, those that choose to make the decision to stretch their minds and stretch their souls and get comfortable in their own skin and to consider that there ain't nothing wrong with them. Maybe there's something right with them. Maybe they have a God-given talent that they didn't even realize they had, or maybe they've never been seen before. I see you. I see you. I see each and every one of you. And unless I haven't met you yet, I see you. I know who you are. Generally speaking, I can read someone. My friend told me today I'm always like, why do I do this and why do I do that? And he said, well, because you're an empath. Okay, great. And I always think of whenever I hear that term, I think of Deanna Troy, Star Trek, Next Generation. I don't even know what that means. What I know is that I can see someone and it's like, "Do, do, 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 do," and I go, ding, 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 ding. There's your talent. There's your gift. There's your thing. And then you can cater a business to you. Oh, Dina, I saw you in a minute. What did I do? I reached right out. I said, there's one. Boom, there's one. There's one immediately. And by the way, sometimes I reach out to people and they think I'm trying to bother them or something. I'm trying to help them. The work's not hard. The evolution is hard because the evolution is about you. The evolution of a marketer is going from this mindset. What else do I have? They literally had us have, you can't see it. That's like the date of the original training or whatever, right? But then there's earlier notes. And they had us like, they made it out like the people who were on the stage were heroes and movie stars, and we get their autographs because they made us worship these people. False idols. False idols. You know what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody that you should be worshiping. You should be looking at your baby sleeping in their bed and going, I'm going to become more for them. You should be looking at your parents who maybe are aging and going, I want to give them something better because they brought me up. You should be looking at yourself. Like right now, I'm disgusted with myself. I'm obese. I've had a lot of problems. I've went through a lot. I'm picking up, I'm moving. I'm starting a new life because I will not lay down anymore. It's not the work that's hard, guys. I figured out how to make money. I made it while I was laying on the couch with depressed mascara running down my face. The work's not hard. It's the evolution. It's the evolution that's hard. And so I come out and I speak and I look for those that can hear my message and decide they want to come work with us. They want to come learn with it. You want to just come learn? It's free. You want to come work with us? It's even better because it's in the work that you learn. And it's not changing your mind is hard. Changing your mind is hard. You have to choose to receive the information that's being imparted into you. You have to choose to receive, and you have to be very particular about who you choose to let impart information into you in the first place. The first place. It's the end of the month. If you're in network marketing, you know what that means. It's the end of the month. We're looking for a few more people for those that are participating in one of the revenue streams. If you have interest, ask the person that showed you this video. If they're working with us, we'll tell you about what's going on. Tomorrow I'll be working on this all day. We have a big launch special thing coming up in February. Big, 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 big stuff coming up in February. But you can't catch those big $1,200 commissions unless you've changed the way you think. Because most people go, what do I post? What do I do? Tell me what to do. And then we give you swipe and we give you some, this is and that. And guys, I do it too. I give you swipe and I give you funnels and I give you all that stuff. But if you're not thinking right, you're going to go, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I'm not going to be the person that takes you. Look at all these autographs from the gurus, right? I can't even read who they were. I'm not going to be the person that tells you you're not enough or it works, but it doesn't work for you because you don't work. Bullshit. I'm not going to diminish you. I'm going to tell you you're awesome. And I'm going to tell you to find that place. I'm going to tell you to find that person that is the right person to teach you. I'm manic. Man, I'm manic. That's why I surround myself. What do? I surrounded myself with very smart, analytical, technical, incredible people. People who have been executives, people who are masters of the subconscious mind because I'm manic. People who are, engineers. Why do I surround myself with brilliant people? Because I need help. But I know what I'm good at. And I know who I am. And I know my love for this space and this industry that brought up my children that are doing so well because of the messages they heard when they were little. I'm looking for people that are looking for me. We're looking for people that are looking for us. And I'm on my soapbox. And if you didn't know me before, if you only know me in the last couple of years and you've never seen Hockman when she gets on her soapbox, and get ready because I'm going to tear into your soul and rise it up and make you understand who you are. And I'm going to make you understand how little time you have to do that which makes your heart sing. And in order to do what makes your heart sing, you have to make a living. You have to make a living. You don't have to be in love with every product. You don't have to love everything that every company does. I don't love everything that Target does. And I was in the supermarket today and I didn't like the things that they were doing. But I still bought stuff. I did not. I bought $217 worth of groceries today. A bunch of it was protein bars, like things I'm taking with me. But I spent $217 in that store today. I didn't like the way they had it set up. I didn't like this. I complained about some of the prices. Eggs were $5.99 a dozen. Eggs, that's all we talk about. Right? 10 years from now, we'll laugh about it. I didn't like it. It didn't stop me from doing business with them. I sometimes don't like people. If they have what I want, it doesn't stop me from doing business with them. Sometimes the people that irritate me the most are the ones I learn the most from. The work isn't hard. It's the evolution. And here's what's great. I'm going to thumb through this notebook tonight, and then I'm going to throw it away. And I'm going to thumb through these notebooks tonight and tomorrow. And then I'm gonna write some things down in my notebook that I need, or maybe I'll take a couple pictures, but then I'm gonna throw them away. Because this is the history and the legacy of the evolution of a marketer. And now we start the history and the legacy of the next decade and beyond. My elder years in the space, bringing up the next freshman class, finding people that I can tilt their head just a little bit so they can see what I learned to see, that I was taught to see, and they could see it. What I was told was the hidden order, the mechanics of wealth. And when you can see it, you go, oh, well, that wasn't that hard all along. But if you don't know which way to tilt your head, you could be looking for a long time. It took me 12 years to see. 12 years. Do you got 12 years to waste? And let me ask you this question, because some of you guys, I know you've been hanging around the flagpole for a long time. How much time have you already put in that you haven't evolved enough to execute what you learned? Powerful. It's not the work, it's the evolution. It's not the how to, it's the why to. Go listen to Simon Sinek. It's the how to think, not the how to do. And when you learn to think, all of a sudden, like magic, what to do is right there in front of you. It has been all along. It's like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. She could have gone home anytime. You can go home to your greatness anytime. You can decide to stop being afraid, or better yet, do like I did and build a whole business around your fear. I created my whole business to skirt around, because everybody tells you you have to learn to do this. You have to do this. You have to do this. I don't got to do nothing. You can't hide behind your computer. They used to tell me, oh, yes, I can. Watch me do it. You have to go out and cold prospect. No, I don't. You have to go. I'm outcome based. How do I get the outcome I want without doing the thing I don't want to do? I did it. I'm going to do it again. And now I will go to the Cutting Edge Club. Those of you that know. Those of you that don't, ask the person who invited you. Maybe they know, maybe too late for tonight, but you can get in on the replay. And we're going to go into the world of artificial intelligence and how to use it in your marketing. and why it's so powerful and how to not screw it up, like most people will, because most people will go, what to do? And they're going to slam, copy, and slam stuff all over the internet, stuff that doesn't represent them well, and they will wipe out. Ever get a bot that talks to you and you know immediately it's a bot and it skeeves you to even be dealing with the bot? Well, when everybody starts to learn this stuff, everybody's going to start doing dumb stuff. Hopefully, not you. Kathy, if you were in the deep abyss, no, you are still in this. It's the same group. They've just changed the name to the Cutting Edge Club, and we will be beginning in 8 minutes. So I got to go. Everybody have a beautiful night. Thank you for being here. If you're not in the B Club, ask to be the B Club, because the first rule of B Club is we talk about the B Club. See you guys soon. Take care.